Hey everyone, we have got Teddy here who has joined us. It's raining outside like crazy. It's a complete and utter monsoon, and when it's raining, Teddy really likes to have even more sleep than usual. So say hello, Teddy. It's the first time he's facing a camera. Say hello. Hello everyone. He's a gorgeous British short hair, and I love him. He has been a God's gift, truly is. He is the most loving. Oh, there's some things behind the door. When I was closing the door, things fell down, so he was a bit alerted. But anyway, so I introduced you to Teddy. He has entered our life and become family member only a week and a bit ago, but he has been just so full of love, and I'm just letting him play around and kind of be curious about things. Anyways, this video is very exciting for me to shoot. I have introduced Teddy. So last night I have if you hear any noises, Teddy's just playing in the corner. Last night I have launched my Patreon. My Patreon page is now live, and you can become my patron if you wish to do so. I have to tell you, all of September I have been filming content and truly felt like the rebirth of who I am as an artist, without making it sound too big. But it's been just so refreshing. It's been refreshing for the fact that it's a more private setting, where I feel that people who will come and join me there are there for my art. They are there because we are on the same kind of wavelength. We feel similar about things. We don't have to agree on everything, but obviously we have to have that mutual kind of joy towards each other. And similarly to me, I am actually patron to one of my all-time favorite creators, and I feel the same. You know, I'm there for, regardless of whatever content they put up. Sometimes it's not even art, but I'm there for it. I love the podcast. I've been enjoying podcasts, recording them, just sitting down. In fact, I forgot to make my cup of coffee, so I will do that. But not sure where Teddy is, but somewhere amongst the sketchbooks and everything. Oh, there you are. There you are, gorgeous boy. No biting of the cable of the light. I need that studio light. He's so gorgeous. My days since I had him, I was trying to balance, obviously, spending as much time with him as possible, playing and all the stuff you do with a 3-month-old kitten, but then also try to work and get Patreon ready. And that's why, although I was hoping to launch it in September, I realized it's better to just have everything ready for October. So at the moment I just have one tier set up. I might change things as I go. I might leave them for a little while. Hello, my darling. Hello, my gorgeous boy. There you are. Don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see. He loves being on top of me one way or another. Come here. Come here, good boy. He just loves the lap. He loves the shoulder. He loves the chest. He's just such a loving, gorgeous boy. So I have a mum's brain at the moment because I try to multitask. So the plan for the Patreon tier is this. I have thought about everything and weighted out all the costs and potential shipping costs and time for preparing packages if I wanted to include some products in tiers. And I realized that I'm not ready for it just yet. Maybe it's something I might consider later on. But for now, I decided for that one tier that is available to give you as much art and painting, drawing content that I can. So I think physically I am able to produce 3 videos per month and 1 podcast. So this is where we're going to be kind of heading. I have already everything recorded for October, and I'm going to start now working for November, and I'm hoping to be kind of ahead of time, and then obviously have extra time if I need to create some products or for my shop, that is, not for Patreon at the moment, so that I can kind of be flexible with my timings. That is the idea here. Okay, so we had to change the memory card. So that's what I'm planning to do. Also, there will be additional kind of bonus things, like, for example, if I'm working on something for Instagram post, or for, I don't know, a commission that I can share a little bit about, or something, I'm planning to just share a little photograph here and there with a bit of text underneath, just to kind of keep you updated on what's happening. And so that's the plan. Then going forward for YouTube, it will be pretty much a couple of videos a month, and I will be doing favorites videos for sure. I want to have this series back on, and I will be sharing the colors that I have been using for that month, as I will be now constantly within that schedule of creating art for Patreon. And also I will do things like book reviews, maybe a little bit of art if I can squeeze into my schedule. Then that's the kind of thing you can expect here on YouTube. So I am not going to be leaving YouTube. I still want to create. Things have changed, and I have to think about how I can adjust to it so it works for me as well. And the best thing I can do at the moment is exactly what I'm planning to do with Patreon and stuff like that. So that is the plan. Yes, my gorgeous boy. Yes, I love you too. I love you too. We have a love affair. What can I say? Teddy and me. In case you wonder, he is a cream tabby, so he has loads of lovely lines on him, but it's gorgeous, kind of like it's almost like a peachy cream color. Yes, my gorgeous boy. So that is the plan, and I will leave the Patreon somewhere here so I can try to link it for you. And I am Alyona Creates on there. The plan here is that there will be something for you every week. So there will be, like I said, 3 videos and a podcast. So one every week of the month, there should be something, some content for you to entertain you and get you through this either miserable weather, if you have the same miserable weather as we are having here in UK, or just, you know, terrible news all the time that I try to avoid watching, or whatever it is that we need to get away from. And specifically, my goodness, it's been so refreshing to not have any trolls there, or the thought. I'm kind of losing the train of thought here because I am distracted by this gorgeousness, and who would not be? Yes, he's beautiful. He's a gorgeous kitten, aren't you? Sleepy time. It is our sleepy time. Nap number, I don't know, 4 by this point. So that is it. Please feel free to check out Patreon. So there won't be any specific kind of like exact schedule or exact day. Roughly speaking, within a week there should be something. Within every week there should be something new popping up on Patreon. Whether I will do, you know, the first week podcast or the first week a video, that could be a mix, so it could change up. Also, I'm not going to tie myself down to any specific subject matter. So for example, here on YouTube, where I found myself after over 7 years of creating here, is that I lost my kind of creative mojo, because it is so kind of frustrating, where if you create the way you create and sort of enjoy creating, then you get hardly any kind of views, whatever, and then if you try to kind of chase the whole algorithm thing and start creating the videos that get views, then you're not truly kind of expressing yourself as an artist, and that's exactly what I don't want to do anymore. So that's why I'm starting the Patreon, and that's why I just create whatever feels like, whatever sort of coming out of my soul, coming out of my mind. I just want to be in a happy place, and I think it has become quite almost a dark place on YouTube. Well, for me, I just lost interest, and I hope that I'm going to feed off that positivity and that kind of comforting feeling that I'm getting from Patreon, and be able to create something, you know, like a shorter video here and there for YouTube as well. In the podcast, I talk about everything about art stuff, life stuff, and I try to stay positive, but it's definitely uncensored, and I am kind of spilling the beans of what's happening behind the scene and certain things that I don't want to go into here on YouTube or publicly, and so it just feels like the right place to do. Obviously there still will be a sense of privacy. I'm not going to share completely everything from my life, for example. So that is it for today, and that's all I wanted to mention about Patreon launch. Please head over if you are as excited as I am. There is already one video available, and like I said, there is 2 more coming this month and a podcast. So there's also additional things which you can read all about what's included in the tier when you pop to my Patreon page, but basically there is exclusive discount for my Patreons in my shop that you can use, and also there is, I seriously need coffee. I mean, this rain weather, it's been raining non-stop for about 3 or 4 hours, and Teddy pouring, it just relaxes me so much. I feel like I had a ton of chamomile tea or something, so I need a bit of caffeine. You also will get early access to my YouTube videos. So that is it, and you get all of that for just, roughly speaking, 2 cups of coffee per month. So if you feel like supporting me this way, I would appreciate it tremendously, and I'm really looking forward to building a new community on Patreon in a more private and more kind of comforting setting, and starting a new chapter, and I think Teddy agrees. So thank you so much. I will see you on Patreon, or otherwise I will still see you here on YouTube. Oh, let's just do a little bit of pouring. That's where the microphone is. I hope you enjoyed a bit of Teddy's pouring, and we will say see you later. He can't be bothered, can he? Alright, I'll see you. I just realized I forgot to mention what kind of content there is. So in the first video, it's like almost an hour video. Sometimes they will be very long, sometimes they will be short, sometimes it'll be like more of a teaching, sharing watercolor techniques or mixed media techniques. Sometimes it'll be just you joining me while I'm in a mood to create something, and I just switch the camera on and record it. It will be all different kind of mix of videos, and I want to keep it as natural as possible. And so in the first video, there's loads. We have got my kind of favorite spice tea recipe. I'm showing you a little bit around my garden and talking about the holiday that we went, showing you the mini art kit that I took with me. Also showing you inside the sketchbook what drawings I did of the plants while we were away. And also I'm doing a tour of the first few pages of a couple of my finished sketchbooks to to show you how I used to start sketchbooks and kind of talk you through the challenges of starting a new sketchbook versus how I have started it now, so that the recent one, and I have moved into my Strathmore sketchbook, the Strathmore Mixed Media, which is my all-time favorite sketchbook. I have done rounds around other sketchbooks and I have come back to it, and it just feels good. So that's the sketchbook that I have started, and we're also going to finish the first page together with the final kind of illustration and just have a blast of a time. Do the usual thing, like a little bit of swatching as well, color palettes, you know, just have real good, unapologetic, botanical illustration fun. And it won't be all of the time botanical illustration. Like I said, sometimes we might do something a bit more abstract, and sometimes it might be maybe back to the face dolls. Oh, there's one more thing I have started which I haven't showed on here yet. It's a really kind of recent thing. A few days ago I decided to start another little sketchbook, which basically the idea of it is to do kind of drawings or whatever comes to my mind. I have a longer story which I will tell you one day, but just to give you an example of one of the pages, I basically decided that going through some different art styles, I realized that the best thing to do is to stay true to yourself and just do what you do best. Don't try to kind of get somewhere because maybe you like it and then you realize it's not really you. So the point of this tiny sketchbook is that it's so tiny and small. By the way, this is a sticker which I will be now designing once in a while and putting them on my online shop. So if you just order a sticker on its own, I think I will send it unrecorded because otherwise the shipping would be way too much. The sticker is good because it's kind of like sort of waterproof, and it can go on a water bottle, it could go on your sketchbooks, on your watercolor palette. So I'm just trying like a new little product and see whether people enjoy it or not. It's my basically botanical illustrations in a sticker form. This video is way too long, but I'm clearly inspired to talk today, as maybe Mr. Teddy is having lovely dreams at the moment. So the sketchbook, the point of this sketchbook is that it's so small. I also have a little pencil case here which I load up with fine liners and pencils. So I go through my colored pencils, put a little palette together, make a limited color palette, and I take these two, and wherever I am in the kitchen, maybe waiting at a, I don't know, dentist appointment, or at home before bedtime, whenever I feel either stressed, bored, or not necessarily one or the other, and I just want to draw. Maybe I don't even feel like drawing, but I make a point of drawing. And it's been such a kind of therapy thing, like a therapeutic thing, where, like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but it's been amazing. It's been truly amazing, because I realize now, if I haven't done anything in this sketchbook the entire day, when I go to bed, before I go to sleep, I make sure I do a sketch or two. And there was one day which I think I've done 10 sketches. So it was the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've done 10 sketches. I just couldn't stop. It was such a great feeling of being able to complete a small page, which only takes you 5-10 minutes, and be done with it and have something to look back at, but also just to remind myself that if I don't have the time to open up a bigger page in Sketchbook and fill it all with art, there is here the possibility right there, tiny little page. And also I can take so much inspiration from this little sketchbook and then take it into my bigger sketchbook and work on it further if I wanted to. So I'll talk about this more one day, because there is something really, really interesting that I discovered as well. So that is it. That it really is it. I am going to go make myself a coffee, edit this video, because you have to see it today. Thank you so much for watching, and Teddy's happily asleep, and I will see you next time.